the tail of the tape in just a second. So here we are, tail of the tape, 104 pounds, Kong Sanan, 15 years of age, standing at 164 centimetres tall with an official weight of 104.4 pounds. 30 fights under his belt. Petch Nipon, 17 years of age, 170 centimetres tall with a height advantage, 104 pounds and 40 fights under his belt. So our first bout of the afternoon. And of course, Kong Sanan coming off a loss recently at Omnoi. So he'll be looking to regain a bit of traction here at Omnoi against the formidable Petch Nipon. Now in this first round, Eleanor, you can tell us a little bit about what traditionally happens in the first round of 5-round Muay Thai. Viewers at home will be seeing it goes a little bit slower than what they might expect for a Muay Thai fight.
Yeah, so obviously in the first 2 rounds, the Muay Thai is usually a slow pace, but what we did see there was a little bit of clinch action, which I do predict we'll see from Petch Nipon quite a lot. He is known for being a Muay Thai knee fighter. So it's quite interesting that they would take that approach and go straight into the clinch in the first round. Usually just a few feints, chopping the legs, really wearing down the opponent in the core, and obviously taking away that power from the legs for the later rounds when we will see body kicks and obviously the clinching rounds in rounds 3 and 4. So it's interesting to see. Obviously these are young athletes, very conditioned, very fit in their prime, so they can definitely, you know, maintain the pace of a fast 5 rounds if needed, which I do think Petch Nipon is going to be looking for. I think he's going to be looking to kind of slow down the pace of a technician and not play to their strengths, but play to his strengths in the clinch and stab those knees in as he's doing there, trying to lock on and bring down the body positioning of Kong Sanan and really break that posture and figure out if he is definitely going to be the stronger of the two in the clinch.
So here we are back in the center ring to continue the action. They were just testing the clinch out there just a moment ago. So when we talk about clinching, see what you're seeing right now is when they're coming into close quarter combat, trying to get the upper hand and the better positioning to drive the knees through the body or bring the head down. Now, in this positioning, can be a little bit contentious because you can, and as Petch Nipon drives Kong Sanan to the ground, there's a very trademark sweep there from Petch Nipon. But as I was talking about a moment ago, inside the clinch you can drive the elbows through as well, slapping down the hand or on the inside as well. So back in the center ring, Eleanor, tell us a little bit about what's happening now.
Big sweep there from Petch Nipon as Kong Sanan steps in but drops to the canvas. Beautiful show of display of IQ and technique there. Obviously not something I was expecting to see of a Muay Thai fighter against a Muay female. I thought it would be the other way around, to be honest. Nice body kick there, left body kick from Kong Sanan, looking very sharp and very fast on those attacks to the body against Petch Nipon.
And the dying seconds of this first round, actually a little bit more action-packed than I thought it would be. But, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a moment. Last action-packed first round coming into the second round. Kong Sanan taking on Petch Nipon here for the first bout of the afternoon. Straight into the clinch, but don't go anywhere because coming up, Yord Kuman taking on Yord Patapi at 107 pounds for bout number 2 of the afternoon. So Petch Nipon applying a bit more pressure in this second round.
Yes, Petch Nipon definitely looking more comfortable in the clinch, wanting to walk forward, using that double jab just to distract Kong Sanan and put his guard up to set up those shots like that lovely body kick that we just saw there. Obviously, Kong Sanan is in the southpaw position, which is why we're seeing him fire those body kicks. And again there, just an easy score for him on the back foot, firing that body kick, and he went for the inside leg and followed up with a body kick as well. Beautiful technique from Kong Sanan.
Of course, Kong Sanan in the southpaw position, trying to draw Petch Nipon into his kicking range. the old southpaw draw, as I like to call it. Pretty typical strategy of a southpaw is to sit on that back foot and let their opponent edge in so that you can draw them in, bait them like a mouse going to a mouse trap. Just the cheese on the end there and draw him in and snap with the big southpaw kick. But Pet Nipon doing a good job of exploding in and out, trying to break up that rhythm of Sanan, not allowing him to fire off effectively.
Yeah, and I just want to mention the height difference here between the fighters is quite considerable. And usually you would see the shorter fighter wanting to edge forward slowly and kind of break down that distance. But it seems that Sanan is happy to fight on the back foot and let Pet Nipon kind of do all the work here and really start cutting the angles and being the attacker. And like you say, Joe, Sanan just on the back foot, firing that southpaw kick every so often, stopping him in his tracks, and also firing that left cross, which is landed every single time to answer back as Pet Nipon walks in.
Could be one of those things that Sanan might be confident in his reputation as a Muay Thai fighter. He might be very confident in his ability with the all range of skills that he does. And perhaps he might have something magic up his sleeve for the next round, something that we don't know about. But at the moment, the ring control, I'd have to give it to Pet Nipon, who's just gauging the distance and breaking the rhythm down of the femur fighter and making him work a lot harder. So that is it for round number 2. We'll be back in just a moment. From under his feet, they're having a little bit of trouble gauging the rhythm and the distance. But here we are for round 3. Typically in 5-round Muay Thai, this is where the action will increase, the tempo will increase, the volume will increase. Everything increases to turbo mode in round 3. Lock on for lock on, 50-50 as Sanan wrenches the neck of Pet Nipon with that vice grip, stabbing the knees through. But Pet Nipon, the height is just proving a little bit too much at the moment.
Yeah, both fighters getting a good little stumble there from Sanan. I think he just slipped a little bit, but both fighters managing to get a phenomenal lock into the clinch. Pet Nipon just having that height advantage, but Sanan doing a brilliant job of muzzling his neck right under the chin. A really uncomfortable position for Pet Nipon, having to really pull Sanan down there as the referee breaks apart and calls for action again.
Beautiful kick to engage inside the clinch there from Sanan. Really textbook Muay Thai. A lot of Western fighters don't do is trying to engage inside the clinch by kicking and breaking the distance that way. But it just shows the amount of IQ on this young man from the red corner as they're both back inside the clinch, and Sanan just pushing all his weight against Pet Nipon here on the rope, really showcasing that he wants to make a statement here, make up for that last loss that he had on Rajadamnern Stadium. Big overhand left there from Pet Nipon to engage back inside the clinch.
Sanan really showing his strength here against a much taller opponent, just trying to wear him down. I think it'll be interesting to see if he can maintain this pace for the remaining minute here and also in round 4. Pet Nipon just managing to get that lock and pull him over the ropes.
But he is showcasing a lot of good posture dominance here inside the clinch, breaking Pet Nipon down and just muscling him in some of the positioning, making Pet Nipon look a little bit silly and a little bit desperate, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's almost beating him at his own game here. I mean, obviously, he's known Pet Nipon for being a Muay Thai knee fighter, but Sanan just locking on and driving those side knees in. Time and time again, the referee pulling them apart. He really is beating him at his own game.
Some big, heavy punches there from Sanan, whipping the head back of Pet Nipon, making him look like a ragdoll here in center ring. Big, heavy exchanges, tit for tat as the referee breaks them apart. Absolute electrifying action here at Omnoi Stadium. And that is the end of round 3. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a moment. By Sanan. So here we are for round 4. of action. This is where it all pick up. Petch Nipon starting it off with a big teep, sending Sanan flying across the ring as Sanan locks on like a jet fighter to his target. Straight inside the clinch, inside control, pushing the hand over as our referee breaks them apart.
And this is why we love 5-round Muay Thai here at Omnoi Stadium. It is the most electrifying atmosphere as the fighters engage in round 4. The big clinching rounds, as you can see, the corners are going crazy, the gamblers are going crazy, the fighters are giving it their all in the ring as they engage in the clinch again. Both locking on, both looking to sink those knees, but the referee breaks it up one more time.
Here we are back in center ring as Petch Nipon throws the overhand right and gets a bit of the old southpaw peppering from Sanan. Petch Nipon grasping at every straw to try and come back here. Sanan controlling center ring, but answers back with a leg kick there from Petch Nipon to get locked inside the 50-50 positioning here. Oh, nice little knee guard there from Sanan to nullify the action.
Beautiful body kicks from Sanan and beautiful left crosses. Oh, Petch Nipon looking for the elbow, looking to cut him open, but Sanan grabs him and tries to sink a nice long knee into the core. Wow, these fighters are going for it. A beautiful knee guard there from Petch Nipon, and the fighters are going again. That left kick firing every single left kick, left cross, textbook Muay Thai from a southpaw.
Petch Nipon's got to be a little bit careful here. He can't just keep relying on the counter shots. He's got to be first to the punch, which Sanan is showcasing and doing so well here. Really beating Petch Nipon to the punch, breaking the rhythm of the Muay Thai fighter, forcing him to be a bit of a brawler here in center ring. And a big takedown to the ground with Sanan falling on top and not letting go. Really trying to run down the clock here. Bit of a veteran move there by Sanan.
It is phenomenal for the age of these athletes, 15 and 17, to perform at this level and maintain this pace almost since round 1. Sanan is absolutely wearing down Petch Nipon. I wasn't sure if the height difference, maybe a slight weight advantage, would not play in his favour, but he is doing a brilliant job of showcasing all weapons.
Sanan showcasing he's got a bigger heart than Farlap here, and that is the end of round 4. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in just a moment.
For the entirety of these rounds,
would you say that's how you like your fighters? Young, fresh, and raring to go. Here we are.
Not take that out of context, Joe.
5. Here we are for round 5 of action. Locking on. Big slapping knees there from the red corner. Sanan gets taken to the ground there by Petch Nipon. Bit of a turn of tables here because I think Petch Nipon is in a moment of desperation, really looking to turn it around here in round 5.
Petch Nipon knows he might be behind on the judges' scorecards here. He is going to be pulling out the stops. Usually we might see in round 5 one of the fighters just pulling back, or even both fighters not wanting to engage, but that is not the case here in our opening battle at SKS Kiatpetch promotion this afternoon. Both fighters giving it their all.
Back in the center ring here to continue the action. A big left kick there from Sanan. Big stabbing teep. Petch Nipon on the back foot. Sanan really looking to make a statement here. As I mentioned before, he's coming off a recent loss and wants to showcase his dominance here in center ring. Big heavy hand as he caught that leg.
Something we've not really spoken about throughout this fight, but has been a massive factor for Sanan, is his hands. He has got some heavy hands and real precision, real power, really setting up things with that left cross. It is dangerous for Petch Nipon to walk into as he storms forward and locks Petch Nipon on the ropes.
Almost as dangerous as being in the commentary booth with yours truly. Big stabbing teep there from Petch Nipon as he locks up Sanan, driving the head into the ropes. But a bit of a contentious lock there from Petch Nipon, getting him in the headlock. trying to get him for his spare change.
To the body there from Kong Sanan, to the head, but teeped away by Pet Nipon. Less than a minute to go. Kong Sanan almost looking for the KO shot here as he dives into the clinch, but Pet Nipon just locking him up and stopping him in his tracks.
Back into center ring, 30 seconds to go. Locks on, the hand applied over the head there, trying to smother the breathing of Pet Nipon. But Kong Sanan looking very open-mouthed, breathing heavy.
Kong Sanan still pressuring forward. I almost thought he'd done enough to maybe take this fight away and pull back in round 5, but he's really edging forward, and Pet Nipon seems to be on the back foot. And there we have it, the end of a round 5. What a brilliant fight from these two young athletes. But don't go anywhere. We will find out the result in just a moment.
What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Witnessing traditional Muay Thai at its finest. 5 rounds of the best action in the country. And there you have it. Pet Nipon, the winner. So Pet Nipon will be going home a very happy customer today. The driving knees and big heavy hands of the Muay Thai fighter